Can you feel this? Not a clear event, not a specific change that you can point your finger at, but rather a silent shift, a wave rolling up from beneath your everyday life. You may not be able to name it yet, but deep down, you know something big is coming. In fact, most people don't realize it. They go through life as usual, repeating the same days, busy, stressed, tired, not knowing that the universe has begun to rearrange things. They don't hear that call, don't feel the shifting that slowly opens a new path. But you are different. You are here, listening, feeling. And maybe you have begun to awaken. You used to think that big changes in your life would come with a bang, a clear jolt. But the truth is, they start with a vague intuition, a slight feeling of unease, a question you never dared to face. Is this life still right for me? And if you're watching this video, you've probably felt it. And I want to tell you, you are not crazy, you are not wrong, you are not alone. You are entering the most important phase of your life, a time of transformation. In this video, we will explore together 8 clear signs that a big turning point are approaching. Not random signs, but guiding signals from the universe, from intuition, from the deepest part of you. If you feel like you're changing, if you have a hunch that a new chapter is about to open, don't take your eyes off this video. Because who knows, this might not just be a video, it's a portal. Have you ever woken up one morning and felt like everything around you suddenly became unfamiliar? What was once a source of pride is now just a series of empty tasks. Conversations that used to make you happy now feel draining. Every day that passes, you repeat the same old habits. But instead of feeling stable, it feels like you're stuck in a vicious cycle. You can't name it. You can't explain it to anyone. But you know, something inside you is stirring, is demanding change. And no, this isn't normal depression. It's not that you lack motivation. This is your soul's ending a signal. You have outgrown your old version, and you no longer belong in this life. Most people would ignore this feeling. They would tell themselves, maybe I'm just tired, and then go back to their old routine. But you are different because you are listening. You start asking questions. Why do I feel lost? Why do things that used to make me happy now make me feel suffocated? The answer is, you are being called. The universe won't leave you alone as a new chapter awaits. And if you try to ignore it, life will start pushing you. You will experience loss, unexpected failures, relationships that end for no reason. Not to punish you, but to pull you out of the shell that is too tight for you. Sounds scary, but actually it's a gift. Deep insecurity does not come to destroy you, but to free you. It's the wake-up call, the first crack in the wall that separates you from the life you truly deserve. And the question is, will you ignore it or will you step over it? When a new chapter is about to begin in your life, the old one must close. And the first thing you usually see is not an internal sign, but an external one. People around you start to leave. Sometimes there is no clear explanation. Someone who used to text every day suddenly went silent. A friendship you once believed would last forever begins to feel distant and strange. A seemingly stable relationship suddenly becomes tiring and forced. You start wondering, what did I do wrong? You replay the conversations, trying to find excuses, trying to hold on. But maybe there was no fault here, because this doesn't happen to hurt you, but to prepare you for something greater. When a big change is coming, the universe clears the way. It will gently, or sometimes abruptly, remove relationships that are no longer serving. Not everyone is meant to be with you all the way. Some people are only there for one chapter, and when that chapter ends, so does their role. This is the stage where many people get stuck. They try to keep, try to repair, try to revive the broken bonds. But you have to understand, keeping the wrong person is delaying your own destiny, and sometimes the most heartbreaking thing happens. You were betrayed just when you were about to soar. The people you once trusted are the first to back down because they sense you rising, and they're not ready to see you become a version of yourself they can't control. But don't consider losing people as a loss. Think of it as a filter. The universe is helping you ensure when transformation happens, only those who are truly fit will stay with you. Because in the end, it's not the people you keep who stay, it's the people who choose to stay, even when you're changing. Have you ever looked at the clock and seen 11:11, then 3:33, over and over again obsessively? You think of someone, and just a few minutes later, they text you? Did a word you just read in a book appear in a stranger's conversation, on a billboard, or in a dream last night? At first you think, just a coincidence. But more and more you see, something more is going on. It feels like life is trying to send you a message, and you're not imagining it, because it is actually a form of cosmic language, synchronicity. When a major change is about to happen, your frequency changes, and the world begins to respond. Numbers, sounds, dreams, unexpected encounters. None of this is random anymore. They are clue. It's the way life whispers. Pay attention. And you know what's special? The closer to the breakout, the stronger these signs become. From repeating a few times to appearing in droves. From vague to so clear, you can't help but see. But most people just stop at observing. They see the signs, then ignore them. See the pattern repeat, then shake your head. That's strange, and continue living as before. You know what's the most regrettable thing? It's not that they didn't see the signs, which is they did not respond. Because synchronicity is not just a sign, it is invitation. An invitation to action, to decide, to change. Think back. What were you thinking when you saw that sign? What crossroads were you at? What important life choice were you considering? Maybe in that very moment, the universe was nodding. So if you're seeing more and more strange coincidences, don't ignore them. Put your hand on your chest and ask, what is life trying to tell me? Because maybe you are the one chosen to listen. Just listen. Imagine you are living your normal day as usual. No big expectations, no expectations of anything different. And then an email came. It's a job offer. You didn't apply. Or an old friend suddenly appears, connecting you with an opportunity you never thought possible. Or simply an idea pops into your head, so powerful that it makes you stop and wonder, why is this happening to me now? Moments like these are no coincidence. They are suggestion from life that it's time for you to step into a new chapter, not by force, but by readiness to receive. The problem is, most of us don't realize it. We suspect, am I ready? I am afraid, what if I fail? We hesitate, ponder, and then let the opportunity pass. But the truth is, opportunity doesn't knock for long. It comes, it waits. And if you don't walk through that door, it closes. Maybe not forever, but long enough that when you finally ready, that moment was no longer there. Have you ever looked back at an old period and realized, if I had been a little braver, would things have been different? A friend you meet and don't keep in touch with, an idea you pass up, and then see someone else do it with great success. The only thing standing between you and the big break, it's not luck, it's choice. Will you brave the unknown, or will you wait until everything is perfect and miss the very moment life is reaching out to you? Remember, opportunity is not magic. It is map drawn by the universe. And only those who are observant enough, trusting enough, quick enough can recognize it. Next time a door opens that you weren't expecting, ask yourself, what if this is the moment I was born to step in? Because sometimes life doesn't come when you're ready. It comes when you're brave enough to step forward. There are days when you wake up for no apparent reason, but the feeling inside you is different than usual. You find yourself wanting to do something completely different, want to leave the city, want to learn some weird skill, want to write a book, start a YouTube channel, open a small coffee shop. It may have nothing to do with the life you're living, but the feeling grows every day. You look around and wonder, what's wrong with me? Why would I want to change when everything is fine? But you know what? It's when things are fine, but no longer make you happy, lively anymore. That's when your soul starts to speak. That urge is not impulsive. It is the instinct of transformation. It is a call from the future version beckoning you towards it. Most people ignore that feeling. They say, wait another time, wait until I am more free, more certain. But the saddest thing is, when they were ready, that fire was gone. You don't have to understand everything. No need for a perfect plan. You just have to listen. Because sometimes what you find absurd today is the door that leads you to a completely different life. Imagine what would happen if you followed that calling. If you learn that skill, go to that place, start that project, and then a year later you realize, oh, so it all leads here. And if you don't, life goes on, but you will always have this feeling, there was something big I missed. So if you're feeling the urge to do something new, don't suppress it. Don't seek permission from others. Don't wait for the right time. Just start, even if it's just one small step. Because who knows, it's the things you never thought of that bring you back to yourself. You're moving forward. You feel like you are on track. But then things started to get unusually difficult. Dream job suddenly fell apart. The relationship you once trusted begins to crack. Plans you were once sure of suddenly fall apart as if an invisible force is working against you. And in the meantime, you wonder, why does everything keep going wrong like this? Is this a sign that I should give up? The truth is, no. This is not a sign to turn back. But here is a test to see. Are you really ready for the next chapter? Did you notice? The great things in life never come easy. Diamonds do not form without pressure. Gold is not refined unless it goes through fire. And you, too. The stronger version of you will only emerge after you go through challenges where others give up halfway. Many people misunderstand the challenge. They think if things are too difficult, then they must be going in the wrong direction. But sometimes the closer to the breakout level, the greater the resistance. Not because you're on the wrong path, but because you're about to change levels of life. And that transition is always seismic. So if you are facing something unexpected, stop and think, is this life testing me or preparing me? because maybe what you're calling a barrier is actually door. And if you have the patience to walk through it, you will see things are not collapsing but restructuring, not to destroy you, but to rebuild you into the shape life demands of you. Don't give up just because the road is rocky. Remember, easy things never build strong people, and those who can withstand pressure, they are the ones who create the miracle that others call luck. One day you start to notice someone's eyes aren't as genuine as they used to be. A compliment sounds warm, but leaves a cold feeling behind. You walk into a room full of familiar people and suddenly feel like you don't belong there. It's not the world that's changing. It's you, awake. You start see clearly things that you previously deliberately ignored. You sense the fakeness in superficial relationships. You realize conversations that used to make you laugh are actually empty. You begin to see clearly who is with you because they truly love you, and who is just staying for the sake of it. At first it felt strange, even painful. You wonder, have they always been like this, or just recently? And the truth may shock you, they always are. It's just that you weren't awake enough to see it before. This awakening is not just about humans. You also begin to see the truths in the life you are living. The job you dreamed of now feels like a gilded cage. A relationship that was once secure now leaves you feeling drained. Habits that once felt stable now feel as suffocating as a tight shirt. And then you realize not everything that was right for you once is right for you forever. There are things you accept just because the old version of you didn't know what more you deserved. Seeing the truth is never comfortable. It forces you to face a choice. Keep the old just because it's familiar, or let go to move on to a new journey. And this is where the real transformation begins. Because once you see clearly, you can't pretend to be blind anymore. You can't go back to being the same person. You can't pretend you're okay with the things that once suffocated you. You may lose some people, some positions, some illusions. But in return, you find yourself again, a clear vision, an inner freedom, a real step forward. Everything may be falling apart around you. Jobs are uncertain. Relationships are falling apart. Things you once relied on are disappearing. Your old world, the one that once felt safe, is slipping away. But the strange thing is, you don't panic. You don't run away. You don't get angry. You don't cling. Instead, there is a quiet peace is growing inside you, an inexplicable feeling, unnameable, but so real. It's as if, well, all this is happening for a reason. While others are struggling to find answers, you just quietly observe. Even though you don't know exactly what's coming, you feel it. No map needed, no certainty needed, because you believe. You believe you are being guided. You believe that every loss is a liberation. You believe that all chaos is just a precursor to a new, deeper order that is more true to your true nature. And it is that belief that creates peace, not from the outside, but from deep within you. True peace does not come when everything goes smoothly. It comes when you understand that. Even when everything falls apart, you are fine, because what you are losing is not you. You are just shedding layers that no longer fit to return to yourself. This is something that very few people understand. When the old world disappears, they are afraid. They try to hold on. They call it the end. But you are different. You know, this is the beginning. So if you're feeling a strange sense of peace in the midst of chaos, don't doubt it. It's not avoidance. It's not paralysis. That is a signal that you are ready to step into the life you have only dreamed of. And then one day, not far away, you will look back and smile. Ah, so all that seemingly broken stuff was just the universe's way of putting things back in place. If you're experiencing one or more of these 8 signs, then perhaps this is not just a video you happen to see, but it's a call, a reminder. You are not crazy, you are not lost, and you are not alone. You are just in the middle of a moment of transformation, and not everyone is awake enough to feel that. But you do. The only question remaining is, are you ready for the next chapter? You don't need to have all the answers. Just have the courage to take the first step. Because something wonderful is waiting. Not where you've been, but ahead, where you've never been. If this video touched you in any way, leave a comment, "I'm ready," or share which sign resonates with you the most. And if you feel like this journey is right for you, please subscribe to the channel to continue receiving insightful videos that help you understand yourself, stand firm in life, and walk with awareness. Because sometimes just one word at the right time can change the entire direction of your life. And I believe you are in the right place at the right time.